print-on-demand sales are blowing up. It's the biggest shopping season of the year, and many sellers are going to profit from a massive surge in holiday demand. And if you're curious what people are shopping for, look no further than the Etsy Trend Edit Holiday 2025 edition. This report reveals current trends based on search and sales data that we can learn from to capitalize on the demand. So in this video, I'm going to break down all 6 trends in this report. We'll look at search and sales data using Everbee to identify best sellers that you can use as inspiration, and I'll reveal some relevant print-on-demand products that you can sell, including some you might not know existed, so you can make more sales and grow your brand. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Adrian, a self-employed entrepreneur who's generated multiple millions in sales across 2 apparel brands, and I help people make money online with Shopify and print on demand. My goal is to create the most positive and supportive community of print on demand sellers here on YouTube. So if that's you, join us by subscribing and interacting in the comments. All right, let's break down these 6 trends. Starting with trend number 1 called Nona Holiday. The report says, think crocheted dollies, embroidered linens, tomato red accents, and food-centric decor that celebrates tradition. It's less minimalism and more maximal coziness, and rooted in family rituals where every recipe card and pasta bowl tells a story. This trend to me feels like a combination of foodie designs like this t-shirt here, Italian summer designs like this tea towel, and fisherman aesthetic designs like this t-shirt, all of which were extremely trendy this year. Here we can see that engraved cutting board searches were up 60%, sales for ruffled linen surged 70%, vintage kitchen and dining sales up double digits, and decorative lampshade searches were up 11,000%. Now, some of these we can't offer as print-on-demand sellers, but you might be surprised how many of these we actually can. Aside from popular products like t-shirts, sweatshirts, and wall art, some other print-on-demand products that stack up well with this Nona holiday trend are items like this 100% cotton tea towel, lamps like these 3 options here, and engraved cutting boards like these. I hopped into Etsy to do some research, and here we can see that there's currently over 1,800 monthly searches for the term engraved cutting boards, signaling strong demand. When I run that search filtered by bestseller, we can see a number of popular items. But to see which of these are selling best and to view the sales data, I'm going to use Everbee's product analytics tool. Everbee is one of my favorite research tools because it allows you to quickly find winning products and see what's trending with real sales data. You can actually try Everbee for free by clicking the link below this video, or get a special offer on the growth plan, which is what I'm on. I sorted by estimated monthly sales, and check out these sales numbers. This personalized bamboo cutting board is estimated to have made almost 1,400 sales and over $100,000 in revenue in the last month. This charcuterie board is estimated to have made 627 sales and $39,000 in revenue in the last month. And this engraved cutting board is estimated to have made 497 sales and $27,000 in revenue in the last month. But let's dig deeper on this 6-figure per month engraved cutting board. Here we can see it has the Etsy's pick badge, and it's currently in over 20 cards. When I analyze the listing using Everbee and jump to the trends graph here, we can see the estimated sales and the estimated revenue in the last month. But let's look at the all-time trends graph. That is crazy. It's saying that in the last 45 months since this has been listed, it's estimated to have made over 100,000 sales and over $7.6 million in revenue, with a 138,700% growth rate. I love this graph because it gives us a sales snapshot over time and makes it pretty easy to predict when sales of a designer product will spike in the future. Here we can see that sales really spiked in November and December of 2023. They picked up again in November of 2024, peaking in December. And although we only have the sales data for up to October, I would bet that sales are going to spike again in November or December. If you want to sell engraved cutting boards in your shop, Printify has a few different options, like this new engraved charcuterie board, this new bamboo pizza board, and the engraved wood cutting board, which has the lowest production cost of the 3 at $21.52 US or $15.88 with Printify Premium. Speaking of Printify Premium, you can try Printify for free by clicking the link below and get 30 days free of Printify Premium with code Adrian30, which gives you a discount of up to 20% on most products in the Printify catalog, including pretty steep discounts on these engraved cutting boards. Trend number 2 in this report is called Supper Club. Here it says, an elevated take on entertaining. This trend turns everyday gathering into a full-blown event. Inspired by the retro dinner party revival, Supper Club brings polished tablescapes, statement serveware, and playful party touches together with a wink of glamour. Here we can see that table setting searches are up over 1,000%, glassware set searches spiked 12 times, and cocktail napkins are a top gift this year. Some print-on-demand products that stack up well with this supper club trend are any of these table linens that you see here, drink coasters like these, napkins like these options here, or glassware like this. Printify actually has a dedicated glassware collection with over 20 options, including a number of items that can be engraved. And here we can see that there's over 1,100 monthly searches for the term glassware, 2,800 searches for the term glasses, and over 3,000 monthly searches for the term glasses cups, signaling strong demand. Here we can see a number of top-selling products, many of which you can offer with print on demand. But let's look at the data to see which of these are selling the best. These engraved bourbon glasses are estimated to have made 187 sales and over $10,000 in revenue in the last month. This engraved wine glass is estimated to have made over 900 sales and over $10,000 in revenue in the last 30 days. And these iced coffee sipper glasses are estimated to have made 468 sales and over $4,600 in revenue in the last month. I was curious about this engraved wine glass. Here we can see it has the bestseller badge. It's currently in over 20 carts. And when we analyze the listing using Everbee, we can see that even with an 88% drop in growth rate, it's still estimated to have made over 900 sales and over $10,000 in revenue in the last month. And if we look at the all-time view, and check this out, in the 17 months it's been listed, it's estimated to have made over 12,000 sales and over $143,000 in revenue. Here we can see that sales really spiked last October. There were a couple other spikes throughout the year, and although we only have the sales data up to September, it's very likely sales are going to spike again like they did last December. Trend number 3 is called Playhaus. The report states a playful, color-drenched aesthetic that taps into childlike wonder and campy fun. Playhaus embodies Gen Z's rebellion against polish. Imagine oversized bows, candy-bright pellets, and cartoonish ceramics straight out of a toy box. We can see that colorful accessory searches are up 3,000%, dopamine item searches are up 40%, and maximalist print searches nearly tripled. Maximalist prints have sold really well this year on a number of print-on-demand products, from apparel designs like this bestseller, to pillows like these bestsellers, to socks like these bestsellers, to wall art like this random but hilarious bestseller. Back in Etsy, I searched maximalist prints, and here we can see that there's currently 2,700 monthly searches, signaling strong demand. Here we can see that that search primarily brought up wall art options. Wall art is one of the most popular product categories for print on demand, and there are actually so many options to choose from in Printify. Trend number 4 is called Nutcrackercore. Here it reads, a whimsical nod to the holiday classic, Nutcrackercore spins gilded accents, deep jewel tones, and velvet ribbons into moments that feel as dramatic as the performance itself. Here we can see that jewel tone barware sales are up double digits. Ballet music box sales are up 1,000%, and emerald jewelry searches nearly tripled. And while none of these 3 may seem super relevant for print on demand, many trends, including these, are reflected in print on demand products like t-shirts and sweatshirts. I ran a search on the term Nutcracker sweatshirt, and when filtered by bestseller, all of these popular now and best-selling sweatshirts came up that totally have that Nutcracker aesthetic. But let's go ahead and look at the data to see which of these are selling best. This Sorry Can't Nutcracker season sweatshirt is estimated to have made 85 sales and $3,200 in revenue in the last month. And even though the growth rate has dropped 50%, those are still some very strong revenue numbers, and this listing is only 3 months old. This vintage Nutcracker sweatshirt is estimated to have made 84 sales and $5,500 in revenue in the last month, with a 500% growth rate. And this Let's Get This Party Crackin' t-shirt is estimated to have made 30 sales and $1,000 in revenue in the last month, with a 400% growth rate. I selected this vintage Nutcracker sweatshirt to do a deeper dive. Here we can see it has the bestseller badge. It's currently in over 20 carts. And when I analyze the listing using Everbee, we can see the estimated sales data for the last month. And if I select the all-time view, we can see that in the 12 months that it's been listed, it's estimated to have made over 500 sales and $32,000 in revenue, with an 8,400% growth rate. And check this out. Last year, we saw sales really pick up in November. They exploded in December. And now we're seeing that upward trend repeat itself as we get closer to the holidays. Trend number 5 is called Gothamus. Here it says, holiday style gets a gothic twist. Moody, magical, and a little mysterious, it embraces the shadowy side of winter with gothic candles, velvet ribbons, black lace accents, and celestial motifs. Here we can see that solder jewelry searches are up 1,500%. Antique decor searches soared more than 17x, and Gothic wallpaper searches climbed to more than 2x. Gothic-inspired apparel and wall art have been selling really well all year, so I definitely think Gothamist designs are going to be really big. I ran a search on Gothic Christmas, and you can see a bunch of examples of Gothamist designs here. And when filtered by bestseller, we can see a bunch of best-selling Gothamist style products like wall art, wrapping paper, t-shirts, mugs, and sweatshirts, all of which can be sold with print on demand. A lot of people aren't aware that you can sell print on demand wrapping paper, but you absolutely can. For example, here are the options available in Printify. And if you're thinking to yourself, would that even sell? Check out all these popular now and best-selling wrapping paper options. And when I analyze this Gothamist style wrapping paper, we can see that in the 14 months since it's been listed, it's estimated to have made 192 sales and over $5,000 in revenue with an 1,800% growth rate. Here we can see that sales were really strong last November and December. And even though we only have the data up to October, we can see that sales have already started picking up. The sixth and final trend is called Shiver the Season. The report states a cold weathering reimagining of swashbuckling style emerges nautical details with frosted finishes. Think icy jewels, metallic accents, dramatic coats, and shimmering opulence that leads straight to the good stuff. Here we can see that leather poof searches nearly doubled, jewelry jar searches are up 1,500%, and gold jewelry searches are up 18,000%. And while this may not seem super relevant to print on demand, I beg to differ. Nautical themed designs like these bestsellers have been extremely popular all year and continue to sell well. Also, if you did want to sell jewelry, check out all these different print-on-demand jewelry options in Printify. If you're enjoying these trend videos and want to see more like this, comment the word trends below so I know to keep them coming. As always, I've created a bunch of free resources which you can find below, including a link to my podcast called the Print-on-Demand Podcast, where I teach sales and marketing strategies to make money online with Shopify and print-on-demand.